Do you get pushback from people saying, why are you giving men a voice in this space? Or do people generally accept that men should have a say in abortion and in these issues?
Well, I mean, I think from the pro-life side, we get no pushback, obviously, because they agree
Yeah.
with the message. From the pro-choice side, we always get pushback saying like, "Oh, just the mantras of like no uterus, no opinion, like my body, my choice." All those mantras that have been there for 50 years. And one of the responses I often go to is the fact that it seems like the pro-choice movement doesn't mind having men being involved in their side of it, like shouting those mantras and being vocal for pro when they're pro-abortion. It's just when they're
Mhm.
pro-life that they have an issue with men having an opinion. So, the I kind of point out that hypocrisy in the nicest way possible, and dialogue in that way of like, I view this as a human rights issue, and in the same way that we can view other human rights issue, right? So like segregation and slavery of African American people, like it it wasn't like only African Americans could have an opinion on slavery or segregation, right? There was the ability for the white population to also have an opinion of saying, like, slavery is wrong, like segregation is wrong, and we need to end these things because it's a human rights abuse. In the same way as when we talk about women having the right to vote in the early 1900s, in 1919, with the amendment for women to be able to vote. Obviously women were at the forefront of that, but there were also men there standing up for those women as well. So that's we're just looking we look at ourselves as a modern day version of those, right? Of this movement of saying this is a human rights abuse and not to exclude anybody's contributing to this conversation, but to include everyone.
And just being intentional about making sure that the groups that often get excluded from the conversation actually have a chance to share their experiences with us.
Absolutely,
This
yes.
is